But if you're just joining us right now, this is PandaTank versus seeM. This is the second game. seeM is 1 up, and this is PolarfluKe Char Grilled. So the sponsors for this month are Megarom, XYZ and Lag Beast, and lastly Digital Addiction. But the game is finished loading. Siege, it is time to start.
It is indeed. I'm still on that loading screen with the MLG banner, which I think is somewhat appropriate for this weekend. But PandaTank, our green Protoss player, spawning at the 3 o'clock position. Over there at the 9 o'clock in the cross map position is our blue Zerg player, seeM, already sending out that Overlord scout, who's closest by air position.
Yes, indeed. And I really hope we see something special in this game. I mean, I don't doubt it. These players have been so good this whole weekend. They've been playing so well, and they've been pretty mannered too. That's just an extra little bonus there for us, that they're actually getting along. There's no swearing at each other. I think the guys in the chat were saying, "Why are these guys so polite? Damn it! This is just not fun."
Well, we did have a little bit of drama earlier on, but that was all nicely resolved. Pylon going down to form that early wall block off, and the scout already going to that closest by air position first. Now, personally, I would much rather see that scout go down to the cross position map whilst you send out another worker to scout for that Overlord moving in, but that's just my own personal preference.
Yes.
Overlord of seeM now knows there's nothing going on at the closest by air position, so he knows exactly where his opponent is by now.
Yeah, he'll be scooting that Overlord all the way across the map and just hang it around somewhere close to where his opponent's natural would be sooner or later. Then you'll be able to see exactly when PandaTank does throw down that Nexus. It looks like seeM is in fact going for that hatchery first now. I wonder if PandaTank's going to be able to hinder it. Oh, what is he doing? He tried to hide that drone.
He's definitely going to be able to get in there and put some shenanigans down on that. The drone now moving away, just doing a little bit of scouting with that one. Instead, we may see a pylon being thrown down here later on once there's a little bit of harassment pressure put on this one probe. The spawning pool already put down in the main base there of seeM.
And 2 more probes coming out, because you can see that seeM in fact wants to throw down that hatchery. Oh, he's doing a good job at blocking this probe in, but he's not actually, I mean, he shouldn't want to keep those off for very long, so he's going to have to micro as well as he possibly can here to kill this probe as fast as he possibly can.
It does take 2 of them out there to try and stand. We should be seeing a pylon from PandaTank, but no, he's letting that one go down without putting the pylon down. He does even lose the probe as well.
Okay, so that definitely worked out quite well for seeM. Build order changed slightly, and it's funny, seeM always puts his spawning pool in the same position. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure if there's a reason for that, but it's interesting to see.
Yeah, we have a second gas going down now for PandaTank. So PandaTank probably looking to go for that 3-gate expand build like we saw in that last game as well. Hopefully for him, this time will pay off and it'll be executed a little bit better. This time there's no huge amount of raised ground in the middle that he can get his army trapped into.
And seeM does go in there to check for that extra gas, and he does see it. I'm not sure what PandaTank was doing with these probes all out there, but he is in fact mining from 2 gas now, while seeM is relentlessly pounding away at this pylon.
Yeah, he's just moved off that just to double check that the gas is still there. Actually, yes, the building is okay. He's not changing.
Oh my goodness! These Zerglings are actually going to run straight up into the base. If they just go up there right now, they can go up. Oh my goodness! There's a gap, and he's not taking it.
No, he decided not to go with that. It's a Stalker that's come out, so it wouldn't have had much effect those Zerglings going in anyway. If that was a Zealot, that would have been a slightly different story. This drone is now toast, and goodbye, Mr. Drone. Zerglings are going back to that central Zelaga watchtower. No, just leaving one of their friends there whilst that Natswell expansion finishes, and a spine caller goes down.
And we're gonna see seeM taking a bit of a lead here in the income. I wonder if he's gonna drone up as hard as he did in the previous game. It looks like it. He's got 6 drones coming out already, but he does have a spine crawler going down too. So he's not quite sure that he's going to be safe, and there's actually a Stalker pushing out across the map now. Should seeM have had speed soon, then that Stalker would have been in grave danger.
Very, very much so. Speed has only just been started. That Stalker doing a little bit of harassment damage to the Queen, but nothing major. Now moving away. Spine Caller gets unburned and is moved to the bottom of the ramp. Now we do have a forge that's gone down. Notice that the forge isn't being used as part of the wall yet. Instead, we've got a gateway going down there whilst PandaTank takes his expansion, and a second gateway as well. So currently 3 gates and a forge for our Protoss player PandaTank.
Yeah, he was a bit later on getting those gateways out, but he does have those 2 sentries already. I'm pretty sure he's feeling quite safe. And I mean, I do like it. He went for a slightly more economical start. You can see that he's got 27 workers out now compared to the only 30 from the Zerg play, so he's not far behind. It's still looking pretty good for PandaTank at the moment. Roach Warren is about to complete for seeM.
Yeah, so is his metabolic boost. That is about 3/4 done. Evolution chamber going down for seeM as well. So he's going to get some upgrades. That cannon did a lot of damage to one of those pretty much 2-shot ailing at the moment. Now, I love the positioning of these sentries here, and this wall off this little L-shaped wall that comes down the 2 gateways in the pylon, moving on to the cannon. Only 2 force fields will be needed to get a complete solid wall off across there. So that's a very, very nice positioning for the forces of PandaTank. And a hidden expansion up here in the north position for seeM, which I quite like.
I wonder. We didn't see very much scouting from PandaTank in the previous game, so that might actually pay off a lot. But at the same time, it depends on what PandaTank does now. Wow. I mean, if PandaTank does decide to push out soon, be slightly more aggressive, which he definitely can. He's got a lot of sentries out already. He just needs a couple more other units out. If he does decide to do that, then seeM may well be in a little bit of trouble because he's spending so much on his economy right now.
He is. Now we're getting hallucination coming out from PandaTank. That's what the forge is being used for at the moment. We do have Layer Tech about to finish, and 2 more extractors went down at the natural of seeM. There is his second base. So we're going to have a lot of gas on the way. We might very well be seeing mutas, but instead of going for melee attacks level 1, burrow, and dual reconstitution, I'm a little confused about seeing the melee attacks level 1 coming out there.
seeM is the kind of player that really does like using those Zerglings. Perhaps he's getting that 3rd up because he wants to go for that incredibly high tier game. Maybe he's going to skip most of tier 2 and get that hive out soon. Who knows? I mean, either that or he's just going to go for a very early. I mean, we've seen this 3-base Roach Speedling push a lot. I mean, you can get so many out from 3 bases, a lot of Roaches and Speedlings. Or was that a 2-base one? I'm not sure how it worked out before, but he's probably just going to make his army consist of mostly that and win soon.
Yeah, now we've got the rocks being tubed down here at the bottom of that sort of old island expansion as it used to be. An Overseer is flying right away through the base of PandaTank, getting access to everything that's going on there. Meanwhile, the Overlord that was flying away is just relocated as well. Now, because all of the rocks have been taken out of the north end of this or passageway, I'm going to call it, by PandaTank, that's going to make it very, very vulnerable to Zergling runbacks. Now, clearly, what's going on is not going to sacrifice his links by running them into that huge army of Stalker and Sentry. But,
this was actually so close now. I don't know how it happened, but PandaTank didn't spot that base at the northern position. It was really, really close. He flew directly past it without seeing it, and that's just so terrible for him. So he doesn't know that seeM actually has a 3rd base up right now.
Overseer was just taken out by a handy observer and a load of Stalkers. Robotic support bay is just going down. Meanwhile, for our Zerg player, he's getting a level 2 melee upgrade, so staying away from the upgrades for his roaches, and is now flooding in here at the bottom. That expansion is going to be forced to be cancelled for PandaTank. That's going to have to go down. Yeah, there's the cancellation, and he's going after the pylons as well that were going up. So immediately skips out of the nice little attack there by seeM. And he's going to burrow another link here, I think.
He did. Yeah, he did. And still, one thing I'm not quite sure about is why seeM is not droning up harder than he is already. I assume that's because he wants to push soon. He wants to sort of end the game soon, as I was saying before. But he is actually falling behind. His income is now less than the Protoss players. And at the moment, I don't know, his army size is bigger, but not that much more.
Yeah, and we've got another gateway going down at the moment that brings, I believe, the total to 4 gates for our Protoss player. He's got that robotic support bay working, and Colossus is coming out as well as that extended thermal latch. Immortals are in production too, but we do have an infestation pit going down there for our Zerg buddy, and I love seeing those infestors out.
Yeah, this is not the kind of game that I always like to see. We got, once again, ground level 2 upgrades coming out, not the missile attacks, and even with all these roaches out, I'm pretty surprised that he's going for the ground attacks. But here come the roaches. Let's see if they can do some damage. They know that the forces are at the other side, and they might even take down 1 or 2 of these gateways.
Yeah. immediately sniping the gateways and those cannons. Now they will be able to move back away from these stalkers and the immortals. They have to move back very quickly because there's force fields coming in as well. But nicely done there by seeM. Zergling's trying to run in and snipe some of those sentries, but don't get very far at all. And we've got neural parasites, got pathogen glands on the way, and infestors coming out. But the infestors are being built too soon. They will finish before that pathogen gland upgrade finishes. So not great timing there, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be close, but they will come out sooner. I'm not sure why. Maybe he was just sort of panicking. Maybe he thought that, okay, that's a lot of Protoss units. He might need them out right now. Yeah, but there you go. The fourth hatchery going down for seeM at the gold base. It's about time, I think. When you're playing Zerg, the more bases, the better. Both these guys, our Protoss more so, has a lot of gas to spend at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got about 500 gas. That can just get taken out very, very quickly. Colossus costs a lot of gas to build each one. Neural Parasite is actually just being researched though by our Zerg, but he's now getting the +1 ranged attack as well as Zerg Carapace level 2. Taking his fourth, like you mentioned, and there's a Spire on the way as well. So seeM will have almost every avenue of Zerg unit open to him. He's now scouting once again into that main base of PandaTank with an Overseer.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be spotting these Colossus in just a second. I'm not sure if he's going to fly all the way down there, but I'm sure he knows by now that they're there, and obviously that Neural Parasite will help out an immense load against those Colossus. If you can charm those two Colossus and help them fight for the swarm, let them fight for the swarm, it'll be pretty huge.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed. And don't forget as well, Colossus burst force fields, so it's going to really just detract quite a bit from the use of sentries in any fight that Neural Parasite can be part of. So they've got both Overseer upgrades coming in. That's the drop capability as well as the movement speed capability. More roaches on the way. For our Protoss player, more Colossus on the way as well as +2 ground weapons and Blink. So might be able to snipe off some of these infectors with Blink. He's now trying to take out the rocks at his gold expansion to secure his own fourth base, while Zerg's going to want to expand probably twice, I'd say. He's got a load of minerals at the moment and really trying to ramp up his production a bit. Still no macro hatch. I'm a surprise.
I'd like to see a couple more hatcheries going down, as you were just saying. And he might even want to just start getting those upgrades on the Spire just in case, because he has enough to get them. You never know. Okay, he's got those Corruptors coming out right now, and having those +1 upgrades at least would help a lot. But it looks like PandaTank is going to decide to move out now. seeM will know he's got that Zergling at the Zalnaga Tower. And at the moment, you know, the armies are about the same size, about the same amount of drones as well. But wow, that Colossus death ball there of the Protoss players actually looking very, very daunting.
Yeah, Corruptors have just popped out. Fungal growth could do a huge amount of damage here, but so could, of course, that Neural Parasite.
He's got Blink. We've got to keep in mind that Blink is there.
Colossus indeed straight away, and that's doing great damage to the Protoss forces. Corruptors doing, again, huge damage to the rest of the Colossi here, but there's just not enough roaches, and the forces are just too good there for PandaTank.
Wow, PandaTank doing a lot of damage, but our Zerg player did remax so quickly, and a nice fungal growth there, trapping a lot of these stalkers in.
Yeah, fungal growth does so much damage to armored targets, and all of those stalkers count as armored. Notice as well, the way Protoss work is they all kind of ball up together, so that fungal growth template covers a lot of stuff. Now, seeM is about to lose his gold expansion. He is taking what would have been a 5th, but is now obviously a 4th. Meanwhile, our Protoss player is getting +3 ground weapons, but we're getting +2 ranged weapons for these roaches. More fungals going down on top of all of these Protoss units, though.
Yep, we've got some roaches coming in from behind, but all the Colossus are still alive. He hasn't lost one yet. There, the first one just fell, and this is looking pretty grim for our Zerg player. There's the GG, and he quits immediately.
There's that GG.